Hello everyone, welcome to another Minifig Monday. Today we're taking a look at a legendary character. This is Qui-Gon Jinn from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the Star Wars saga. And yeah, this minifig is kind of rare. I mean, they only put Qui-Gon in Episode 1 sets, and there hasn't been an Episode 1 set for a while. So this particular version is still the newest one, and it's the most detailed one, and it came from 75169, the Duel and Naboo set, which came out in the spring of 2017, so obviously it is now retired. Although you can still get it, it shouldn't be too much money, because it was like a $25 set. It came with Darth Maul as well. And it also came with young Obi-Wan, as he appeared in Episode 1, because that takes place years before the original movies. So it's like a kind of a long time before that. And here he is, here's Qui-Gon, obviously played by Liam Neeson in Episode 1, which came out in 1999. And yeah, we'll give you a 360 of him. This hairpiece is the same as it has been since 1999, actually. Nothing new about that. But the rest of him is updated and new. Or at least it was at the time. It still is, because he's still the newest version of him. So, yeah, he's got the trademark green saber. Nothing new about that, but it's nice to have it. And the rest of him is pretty... it's almost perfectly faithful to how he appeared in Episode 1. I say almost because it's a minifigure, but it's as close as you can get to a Lego Liam Neeson, which is pretty cool. He does have the attire of a Jedi Master, because of course he is a Master in the Jedi, well, he's not really in the Jedi Council, but he is a high-ranking member of the Jedi Order, at least he was back in his days. And we assume Qui-Gon is in his early 50s, maybe mid-50s in Episode 1, because he's got a bit of gray in his beard and a little bit of gray in his hair, which is, and we assume that's around his age. And yeah, he's mentoring Obi-Wan at this point. Obi-Wan is in his, I believe he's in his 20s? Early 20s. And yeah, unfortunately, Episode 1 is the only time we get to see Liam Neeson in anything Star Wars, unfortunately. There is a reason for that. And, should I do spoilers? At this point, if you haven't seen The Phantom Menace, what are you doing? It's a great, great movie. It is flawed, but it is definitely a worthy addition to the saga. There is going to be spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the end of the film, there's major spoilers. In fact, the set that this comes in is this big spoiler. So if you haven't seen The Phantom Menace or anything about it, please click off and go watch that, then come back, okay? Because there's going to be major spoilers, because it's unavoidable. So yeah. That includes this minifig. There's spoilers here as well. But I like the detail here. It's really great. He's got like the standard Jedi Master robes with the belt and the kind of tunic that comes down on his legs. And I'd say the only bad part about this figure is the upper chest. You can see the orange kind of part of his skin. That's supposed to be tan. Unfortunately, it looks more like orange than tan. They still haven't perfected the printing, coloring problem that most Jedi minifigs have. But it's just a tiny thing. Who cares? Still an awesome figure. Definitely one of my favorite minifigs, like, in my whole collection. Qui-Gon is definitely a top tier figure for me. It's just a big deal getting him back in 2017. I actually bought this at Legoland when I was there. It was my birthday. And I got a couple other sets. The Bounty Hunter pack and the Vader transformation. Both of them I still have built. And they're still awesome. But yeah, this is one of the sets I got as well, the Duel and Naboo, which is one of my favorite sets ever that I have. It's just really awesome. because I'm a big fan of the Phantom Menace. Yeah, a little bit of a hot take, but I really enjoy it every time I see it. Although it was a little slow at times. But yeah, here he is. Here's Qui-Gon. He doesn't really have much in the way of accessories besides the lightsaber, which is commonplace. The hairpiece is really great, only for Qui-Gon. He does have back printing. It's okay. I mean, it's just the back of a Jedi robe. It's not that exciting, but it's still cool. Um, thank goodness we got something back there. But the most interesting part of him is definitely the hairpiece and the faces. He does have two faces. The first one is the stern look, which of course Qui-Gon in the movie is pretty stern most of the time, or he is serious, which kind of fits Liam Neeson, which is cool. But he does have a bit of gray in his beard here, which is very accurate to his appearance, which is cool. I believe this is the most detailed face of Qui-Gon that we've gotten from Lego, and it's the best, definitely. But I wanted to talk about the hairpiece of him really quickly here. So here is his hairpiece. It is a old piece, but it surprisingly, it still is good. It's kind of like a mullet, like a kind of an old-fashioned mullet with some hair on the sides, with a braid on the back. Pretty good. Sorry you can't see it. It's supposed to be, here, if I do this, you can see the hair. Maybe not? Okay, maybe not. Guess we'll just, you can see it. It's pretty cool. Pretty great hairpiece. But my favorite parts about this figure are the faces. This first one is definitely Qui-Gon. That's definitely him with the stern look, like he's just very, very no nonsense, because he's a Jedi Master. He's seen a lot of stuff. He's been through it all, and yeah, it's really great. But when you turn to, this is the big spoiler. This is the major, major spoiler. So again, turn away now. It's very, very major and important for the rest of the saga. But if you turn his face around, it reveals his death scene face, yeah, he gets killed by Darth Maul. Spoilers. Here's Darth Maul. Yeah, a cameo. Yeah, he gets stabbed in the gut by Maul's saber, which, yeah, Obi-Wan then gets revenge on Maul by slicing him in half, sending him flying down the pit. But as we all know, Darth Maul came back in the Clone Wars, so he's not quite dead. But unfortunately, Qui-Gon is dead. Yeah, it's a major bummer. I wish they would have kept him alive. I would love to see Liam Neeson back for something, because Qui-Gon is possibly my favorite Star Wars Jedi, probably. I think he is. He's just got all this experience, this knowledge, this, like, wise wisdom, and just, like, intelligence and fighting skills. He's just, like, one of the best Jedi of his era, and it's a shame that he got killed so quickly. Oh man, it would have been nice to see him meet like Vader years later, or like see him fight Maul again, or even continue to mentor Obi-Wan, because obviously he died, so Obi-Wan doesn't have a mentor anymore. Well, at least he mentors Anakin. At least he still technically has Yoda as a mentor throughout the prequel era and the Clone Wars. It just would have been nice to see Qui-Gon back for something else, you know. But here is his death face. It's a little funny, because his expression is exactly how it was in the movie scene, where he got stabbed and he was shocked, as many of us were, when, yeah, he bit the bullet. But it's still an awesome figure. I like the fact that they paid attention to detail this time and gave him his accurate death scene face, despite the fact that this is Lego and they're family friendly. Yeah, it's a little surprising that he has a death face as an alternate face, but, yeah, they went there. They went a little mature with this one, but I'm glad that they did. It gives him, some added detail, more realism, and it's really well done, as is the set he comes in. The actual build is really nice. Um, yeah, I just really love this figure. The other two are awesome. Qui-Gon's my favorite of the set. I was so hyped when I bought this because I knew I was getting Qui-Gon, a legendary Jedi. So, yeah, I'm really happy to own this figure. Um, it's just really awesome. I'm just a really big fan of Qui-Gon in general. So yeah, maybe they could do a series with him if Neeson is willing to. I would really love to see him back. Even his lightsaber was unique, and his fighting style was so cool. Definitely one of the best parts of the Phantom Menace, in my opinion. One of the highlights. Every scene with him is just great. Um, Up until his death. So yeah, great character, legendary, really memorable, and just really well loved. So yeah, Lego Qui-Gon is awesome. Really great to have this guy in the collection. Um, yeah, I hope you liked this episode. I'm pretty sure I showed everything. I talked about everything. And the next episode is coming as well, as usual. And yeah, I hope you liked this episode. Let me know what you think of this set and this figure. Do you think it's the best Qui-Gon? Do you think they should have done something different? Do you think they should remake him in another set? I think so. I'll be down to have another Qui-Gon, like a little bit more updated version, if they want to. That'd be nice. Um, but yeah, that's really it for this one. Hope you liked it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. And don't get sliced in half.